Ghee is a clarified butter that is obtained from milk, and it is categorized as an ancient food. It is also an important ingredient in the materia medica of Ayurveda, the ancient Indian science of medicine. It is suggested that the use of pure ghee dates back to approximately 3000 BC in ancient India. An interesting perspective from Seranjogi et al. 1998 in relation to its nutritional recognition state that it extends one's life over generations. Today, ghee is more widely recognized and used due to its suggested advantages in the fields of nutrient-rich fat. Although there are varied points of view on the advantages of dietary ghee in relation to its fat content, over the years there is more and more interest in the dietary and medicinal applications of ghee. Based on these, modern-day reputable sources recognize some of its long-standing potential advantages and will reference some of them. It's important to remember that consuming ghee isn't simply that it's good for you. Rather, several factors must be taken into account to fully understand its potential benefits, such as the origin, source, purity, method of preparation, and individual suitability. This video refers to high-quality pure ghee obtained from pure natural animal milk, cream, or yogurt, specifically obtained from indigenous cow milk, typically organic. Additionally, ancient disciplines emphasize that foods used for specific dietary advantages should be approached with considered methods. However, popular understanding can overlook this approach subject to misapplication, which can influence unintended consequences, such as unhealthy weight gain due to incorrect method or a lack of consideration on suitability at the outset. It is important to recognize that in ancient times, people were generally more physically active, and food was consumed primarily for its nutritional value and to support physiological well-being rather than for mere taste or pleasure. This contrasts sharply with today's developed regions, where physical activity levels have significantly declined, and there is an abundance of food options, including many that are simply bad foods. Subsequently, although ghee is considered a nutritious, natural real food, however, it is subject to thorough and finer detail in terms of suitability. We explore ghee, some of its types, the potential of A2B-casein ghee quality, ghee's role in bodybuilding diet, and other therapeutic uses. To begin with, we consider some of ghee's ancient roots. According to Kataria and Singh, 2024, references to ghee can be found in 11 important Ayurvedic texts, spanning over 3,000 years, in which ghee has 774 points of reference, the highest amongst milk-based products. In this context, that is substantial. Also, another extremely important factor to consider is that the ancient use of ghee obtained from indigenous cow milk is recognized as the top in the animal source. This is due to it being classified in ancient texts with the maximum number of mentions in the context of health advantages, followed by goat, camel, buffalo, and other species of ghee thereafter. Further, in ancient disciplines, ghee is celebrated for its nourishing and healing properties, highlighting its cognitive, gastrointestinal, and nourishing advantages. Some of these properties are now more widely understood and recognized by reputable sources in the Western regions. Kataria and Singh, 2024, also suggest that ghee, exclusively obtained from milk, cream, or butter, by means of processes which result in almost total removal of water and non-fat solids, has an especially developed flavor and physical structure. Accordingly, it is predominantly comprised of 99.5% fat and less than 0.5% moisture content. Furthermore, ghee is a source of fat-soluble vitamins including vitamin A, D, E, K, and phospholipids. Our focus is primarily on ghee made from natural indigenous cow's milk, which has a prominent significance in ancient disciplines, which is also different from buffalo milk ghee. Ghee has a light to medium golden color. It is a solid fat and therefore typically in solid state, but melts fairly quickly even in particular room temperatures without the need for heat processing. For example, If you place a drop of ghee on your palm, it will melt fairly quickly with regular body temperature. Also, ghee has relative stability on exposure to high temperatures and high smoke point approximately 250 degrees Celsius compared to most other edible oils. So how can ghee, which is predominantly saturated fat, be remotely advantageous for certain requirements? Ghee consists of saturated fats, but a significant portion of its fat content is made up of monounsaturated fats, particularly oleic acid. Typically, ghee contains 60% saturated fats, with monounsaturated fats like oleic acid being a prominent component. Also, cow ghee contains a greater proportion of butyrate acid, butyrate, which has a double classification as both a saturated fatty acid and short-chain fatty acid. Mainly, ghee's overall fats include 1. Saturated fatty acids, which make up a significant portion of ghee, and butyrate being one of the components linked to dietary advantages. 2. Essential fatty acids, such as alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, omega-3, associated with being heart and brain nutrient. 2. Monounsaturated fatty acids, oleic acid, also in olive oil, is the primary monounsaturated fat, which is associated with being a heart nutrient. 3. Polyunsaturated fatty acids. Cow ghee may contain 0 to small amount of omega-6 fatty acids depending on origin. Nomin Erdene Ulambaya et al. 2024 state that cow's ghee does not contain omega-6 fatty acid, docosahexaenoic acid. In terms of omega-6, it is suggested that the Western diet tends to be high in omega-6 and low in omega-3, which is linked to dietary inflammation. The key is to maintain a balance of omega-6 to omega-3 ratios. Overall, the specific composition of types of fats in ghee can vary based on the cow's diet and the method of ghee production, but indigenous cow ghee fat typically leans towards being high in saturated and monounsaturated fats. Next, we examine the role of milk beta-casein in the context of ghee quality. While ghee itself is low in protein, understanding A2 milk can offer insights into its overall properties. Beta-casein is a major protein found in cow's milk, known for its role in providing essential amino acids and contributing to the milk's nutritional value. It exists in different genetic variants, which can influence digestion and health effects in individuals. Additionally, beta-casein is considered a complete protein because it contains all 9 essential amino acids that the body cannot produce on its own. Beta-casein is digested slowly, which can help provide a sustained release of amino acids to the muscles, making it beneficial for recovery, especially when consumed before bed. In this respect, A2 quality milk is considered superior. Apart from categorizing cow ghee as one of the best, the origin and type should also be considered, referring to A2 milk ghee over A1. The difference between A2 cow milk ghee compared to A1 cow milk ghee, typically, A2 cow milk is obtained from indigenous breeds. For example, in India, breeds such as the Ghee, Sahiwal, and Red Sindhi are known for producing A2 milk. In Europe, examples such as Guernsey or Ayrshire breeds may provide A2. A2 and A1 milk differ primarily in the type of beta-casein protein they contain. A1 milk features a form of beta-casein that has been linked to digestive discomfort and potential other concerns. In contrast, A2 milk contains only A2 beta-casein, which is generally regarded as easier to digest and easier on the gut. This milk has ancient roots stemming from cows that naturally produce A2 beta-casein. Historically, A1 milk is associated with European cows, such as the Holstein and Jersey breeds, which were introduced to other regions, including parts of Asia, later. This introduction marked a shift in dairy production and the prevalence of A1 beta-casein in modern milk. Additionally, A2 milk's protein composition resembles that of human breast milk, making it potentially more compatible with human digestion. When it comes to ghee, A2 ghee is often preferred because it is derived from A2 milk, retaining beneficial properties associated with A2 beta-casein. A2 ghee is believed to be superior quality due to its potential in digestion and enhanced nutritional components based on its unique fat composition and higher levels of certain nutrients. For example, Fernandez Rico et al. 2022 suggests that A2 milk consumption has been shown to increase the natural production of glutathione, which shows antioxidant activity. Jiménez Montenegro et al. 2022 suggest the most common forms of Beta-Casein among dairy cattle breeds are A1 and A2 Beta-Casein. During gastrointestinal digestion of A1 Beta-Casein, an opioid called peptide beta, casomorphin 7, BCM7, is more frequently released, which can lead to adverse physiological outcomes. Additionally, ghee is typically categorized as lactose-free, as the creation of ghee removes most of the milk solids, including lactose. These distinctions are well documented in modern-day public literature and align with the timelines of global dairy farming practices. Next, we look at some of its potential advantages. Falahatzada et al. 2024 suggests that in ghee, vitamins D, K2, A, and E, along with beneficial fatty acids like CLA and butyrate, contribute to its anti-inflammatory, bone strengthening, and joint lubricating properties. A2, cow's ghee has been linked to increased natural production of the antioxidant glutathione, GSH. Research is ongoing. In holistics, high-caloric food categories for bodybuilding diets, A2 cow ghee, in moderation, may contribute to gut nutrition and caloric intake, which indirectly influence muscle development. In the same way, Ayurveda emphasizes ghee's nutritional profile in brain and gut well-being as part of a balanced diet. In Ayurveda, ghee is a rasayana, which are boosters of longevity and immunity. Lastly, here are some final points of consideration. 1. Concentration of nutrients. Ghee is calorie-dense and fat-rich. It contains fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. 2. Higher smoke point. Ghee has a higher smoke point, around 450 degrees Fahrenheit approximately, than many oils like olive oil. 3. Lactose-free. During the clarification process, milk solids and lactose are removed. 4. Ghee contains butyrate associated with gut well-being and anti-inflammatory properties. Overall, ghee is a highly saturated fat with nutrient density. However, its suitability is strictly subject to individual health status. Ghee has several medicinal uses which are different from general consumption in a diet, subject to individual suitability and individual health status.